Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you had a smashing weekend and all geared up ready for this week ahead, because I think it's going to be a really interesting week ahead, because we're getting closer and closer to that election in the United States of America. Will it be Harris or will it be Trump? Well, whatever happens, I think it's all bullish for crypto. In general, I really do. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about crypto.com, and I want to talk about also Bitcoin and the crypto market in general, because it's all ramping up. Are we going to smash through that 70k Bitcoin sell wall and all the way up to Valhalla, and the altcoins start to explode to make everybody life-changing money? So before I start, smash that like, give a subscribe, it's always much appreciated. And you also can follow me on X as well at drcrypto76. Give us a follow. Your support on there is also much appreciated as well. So we can see here on the hourly, it's looking a bit red at the moment, but that's only on the hourly. And on the daily, total different. It's absolutely changing. We've got Ape. Even the gaming coins are starting to wake up a little bit, like Ape is. That's up at 15.6 at the moment. But obviously, we've had Doge, what's made some big moves as well. And Ape is actually, just checking this, is 102% up. Doge is up 30%. So we can see it's all starting to pop off. Beam is now starting to climb as well. So all the meme coins, AI, and even gaming starting to wake up. But on the month, it's looking, well, I don't know what that SPX is, to be honest. So let us know in the comments below. I've not done any research on that. Don't have a clue what it is, but it's up 1,820% on the month. But on the yearly, it's looking all good. SPX, 4,000%. Audi, 850. Pepe, 1,300. Bong, 10,000%. Mog, 4,500%. Yeah, so it's all looking good. Everything is looking geared up, ready for that big move to the upside. And let's have a look at our good old faithful Cronos, CRO coin, the crypto.com native token, and Cronos's token as well. But yeah, looking at the moment, we're up about 43% in volume. It's up about 6.54 million in 24-hour volume. We're sitting at just over $210 billion, up 2.10% at the moment. Bullishness has not changed, still 86 to 14% bearish. But on overall, we've been grinding up gradually and slowly. You know, like I said before, it's always the snail, and then the hare is ahead, and then the snail ends up winning. And at the moment, we've got CRO coin. It's making its way up there. But what is actually making its way is the meme coins on the Cronos. They're starting to gradually wake up. And like I said, I think when retail start coming back, I really do think the meme coins on the Cronos ecosystem is going to really explode, because we saw what happened with Core earlier this year with that massive, gigantic move to the upside, especially when it got listed on crypto.com. But don't forget, we've got Merry as well. And I'm counting that down, and I keep saying it every video. 31st of October is something to watch for. In my opinion, not financial advice, this is what I'm doing personally. I've been DCAing into Merry for the past month or so. And yeah, I'm all geared up because I've got a funny feeling 31st of October is going to be the Merry day. Now, look, if this doesn't play out, we could pull back. Obviously, I think that could be the case. But if we don't, I think we're gonna rock it up. I really do think we are really going to rock it up, and we're probably going to catch up with Core. I'm pretty sure of it. We could well do, because Core at the moment it's sitting at $36 million and only $11 million for Merry. So for me, my biggest bag at the moment on the Cronos ecosystem in terms of the meme coins is Merry, because I think that's got a bit more upside at the moment. But like I said, when the retail start coming back, I think we're going to get some traction on all of these. I really do think we're going to get traction on that. Crob is one of the holders that I hold, and that's at 15 million at the moment. So, you know, I've got Mystery, I've got Crob, I've got Core. What else have I got here? I've got Push. And I've got also Ryoshi as well. So that's what I've got at the moment. Because at the end of the day, I like to buy them all, but you can't, can you? You only have so much fundings to do that. But overall, it's looking pretty good, like. But I just want to give a shout out here to Cecilia, who's always on X. Give her a follow as well. but she gives you a very, very good rundown here of what's actually happening. I'm not going to go through it all, but Crypto.com announced collaboration with Benefit BH, the leading company in fintech and electronic finance transaction services in Bahrain, because we know in Bahrain we've got the license there now as well. And we've got like here, Main City, Royal Blitz, final leaderboard was announced. We've got Crypto.com exchanging Goat, BDR, and Moondeng as well. So, you know, they keep on listing. So every week you could go on this and they give you a very, very rundown as well. And they also give Pampa de la Pampa a follow as well on there. But yeah, obviously, lots are going on the Crypto.com ecosystem. But don't forget, Crypto.com has had a Wales notice at the moment in that. And obviously, they're going out there to fight the SEC. So obviously, I think if Crypto.com wins this, it's going to be great. But obviously, you know, look what happened with, you know, you got to look at Coinbase. What happened to that? They had the Wells notice, and their price is doing completely fine. And yeah, they quite a bit of a pullback on that one. But Crypto.com didn't really have a pullback, in my opinion, like that, really. So, but overall, I think when the retail start come on, we start getting alt season, CRO, in my opinion, is going to be making a big move to the upside. And I'm holding my coins. I own hundreds of thousands of CRO. So, like a lot of people, I'm really hoping that CRO will make a move. And, you know, it's like ADA at the moment, that's still about down 80% down from its all-time highs. And it's same with CRO. You know, will these get traction? These old, I don't want to say CRO is an older coin at all, really, to be honest. But I think there's a lot going for it, especially with what's happening with Crypto.com and their partnerships, and then the Cronos ecosystem and what they're building as well. I really do think our time for the Crow fam will come. And it's all about just sitting on your hands and just waiting and waiting. It will happen. But like I always say, have a diverse portfolio. Don't have everything on one coin. Have a diverse. I've learned this through previous bull markets, and all the years I've been on the stock markets, I've never just had my money in one company. I've had it in various companies, because what's one pumping off, the other's doing nothing, and then it starts rotating around like. So that's all I'll say at the moment. So let's check out what CRO coin is doing at the moment on the chart. So looking at the daily on CRO at the moment, we can see we've been on this downward trend at the moment. But what's happening is we've started to go chop sideways, and that's what the alts have done all through the summer. Really, it's just chop sideways. We did break down a little bit. Obviously, we had that little bit of news about Crypto.com, but overall, we have broken out of that falling trend. Now, will we continue to go upwards, or are we just going to chop around sideways and then make a big move to the upside? But what I am watching at the moment, as we can see here, zoom in, is the MACD is crossing over bullish at the moment, and we know what's happened before. When it crosses bullish, we made a big move to the upside. We've also got on the cipher B here, we've got the two green dots, which again is another indication of a potential breakout to the upside. So with the MACD is crossing over, the histograms on there are turning green, so it's looking good at the moment. But looking at the Bitcoin pair as well, we can check on the Bitcoin pair as well. At the moment, it's just been a whopping downtrend on the daily. I want us to get on the Bitcoin charts pairing. I want to get above this area here, break this downtrend. At the moment, we are starting to get the money flow, which has been coming out, is starting to gradually curvature up to the upside. So we're starting to gradually move to the upside on the daily. But also, I'm watching here very carefully. The MACD is also starting to cross over bullish. So there might be a point where we're going to make a big move to the upside and break that downward cycle and make ourselves way up to the upside. We have got a bit of area resistance here, but the Bitcoin pairing at the moment is starting to gradually, slowly turn bullish. So hopefully what will happen is when that dominance starts breaking down on Bitcoin, which we can see here at the moment, if we zoom out here at the moment, we've just been on that big move to the upside on basically Bitcoin dominance, and we could channel away all the way up to here, to around about here, and I think this is where alt season may well come up. This is around about that over 60%. We might not get to that, but I think if we get to that 6%, this is where we start topping out and start dropping out. And then that liquidity, obviously, will hopefully fall down into the altcoins, and that's when we're going to get that alt season. So at the moment, it's still Bitcoin time, because obviously Bitcoin smashes through that 70,000, get to 72,000, smashes that liquidity. Then I personally think what will happen is then Bitcoin will make it further up to maybe the 80,000 to 100,000 kind of mark, and then that obviously then starts topping out, and then that's when the altcoins are going to make some moves and that. So it could be at any point in time, in my opinion. But I'm hoping, don't forget, as Bitcoin does go up, obviously the altcoins generally do follow up, but not as strong, because a lot of liquidity gets dragged out of the altcoins and put into Bitcoin. But overall, I'm watching CRO very carefully on not just the USD pair, but also on the Bitcoin pairing as well, because I really do want Bitcoin to start breaking out of this downward trend and actually start curvature up. But, you know, to be honest with you, CRO, it only takes some positive news come through. Like we get like on the Hong Kong, the Crypto.com exchange can get on there, or the app goes live in South Korea. But also, you know, we get some other news as well. Man, will we get some burns or something like that? I'm not too sure with the court case at obviously with the SEC and Crypto.com. I'm not too sure if that's going to happen unless Cronos Labs do something. I don't know. But I think that as long as like if Mary gets listed and the Cronos gets traction, I think that's going to be a good catalyst to move to the upside, in my personal opinion. So let's check out and see what's actually happening with Bitcoin at the moment. Yeah, so before we get into the Bitcoin chart, we can see here at the moment, Bitcoin is sitting at 68,492. And over the night, we saw getting close to that $70,000 mark. But at the moment, we can see the market cap is sitting at $2.37 trillion. And obviously, the volume at the moment is 71,290 billion. So the volume is starting to gradually grind up there. But I just want to point out here also, it looks like we're on a bullish track, and Utopia is actually starting to play out, because we can see here on the monthly returns, we're sort of sitting at the moment at 8.59%. And we can see here, it's always been quite big moves, like 2023 was 28%. And we can even go back down here. We got the odd ones where it's negative, but over here, we got like 47%, 33%, and even down here at 2013, it was 60%. But obviously there, it was probably a lot more volatile than what it is. But what I want to point out is as well, is a lot of the whales are buying. Look at that, a beautiful spike up there by the whales. This is the whale activity. This is whales accumulating Bitcoin at the moment. But while whales are accumulating Bitcoin, we can see Quentin says here, retail is sleeping while institutions and whales are loading up their bags. Because you know what will happen is, I personally think, when Bitcoin hits that, goes past all-time high, and we're getting up to that $80,000 to $100,000 move, we're going to start to see this on news outlets about Bitcoin hitting all-time high, 80,000, 100,000. People, these news outlets will start talking about it again, just like they did in the last bull market. And what happened then? Retail came in, started FOMOing up, but what were the whales doing? As the retail were foaming in, pushing that price up, whales were selling, because it's a smart money. At the end of the day, they're smart money. They start buying in the early days, and they start accumulating like we have. Hopefully you guys have as well in the bear market a couple of years ago. We were accumulating and we're building our stacks ready to do what the whales are doing. I follow what whales are doing. And once the whales start selling, that's when I start taking profit, because that's when the retail all come back, flooding back, and get left at the top. That's what tends to happen all cycles. And we can see here at the moment, we're sort of getting ready for that big melt up to the upside, to that banana zone kind of area. And at the moment, we can see here, look at here what happened from 2011 all the way through to what's happening to now. Really, we had that boring zone. Same thing in 2020, had that boring zone. And we had obviously a bit of a dip there from the pandemic, but we had that boring zone. Same thing is playing out here. And then we had that big melt up to the upside, that banana zone. That's what I mean, where we start to see Bitcoin hitting that $80,000 to $100,000, going up to $130,000. I'm not saying we're going to go up to that, but there's also a possibility of that. But it's all repeating itself, and you can see it quite clear as day on that. So let's have a look at the chart at the moment for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin at the moment, and I say this all the time, this beautiful cupping handle, the cupping handle, and we started to break out to the upside. But I'm also, before we get further into that, the MACD is crossing over now on the weekly. The green histogram now is starting to turn green. A big move is going to happen sooner rather than later. And I think as the election's coming up, now, like I said before, Donald Trump gets in. I think the altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, are all going to explode. Now, if Harris gets in, I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are still going to make their moves to the upside, because at the end of the day, whoever gets in, they're going to print money. And when they print money, what happens to the markets? The market loves it, and they'll just start pumping. Unless we get a black swan event, something happens again and get a black swan event. But we can see here, we created that cup of handle, but we can see closer up here, we're creating this bull flag as well, which is the handle to the, on the weekly this is the handle, which is happening here. And you can see here, we've broken out of that handle now, coming up to that area of resistance up to about $70,000. Lots of resistance at the sell, at the resistance area at that 70K. So we could get choppy sideways, a bit of a pullback, and then basically the soldiers are trying to penetrate that $70,000. They can't penetrate the moment. They retreat back, gather up the troops, gather the plans together, and then really, really make a new move to the upside again. So expect some pullbacks, because we've got a lot of resistance happening at $70,000 mark. But looking at the liquidations at the moment, it looks like we've taken some liquidations down here out at about 68,427. But look at that. We've got some liquidations just above $70,000. That's about 39 million. But if I quickly zoom on here onto the 6 months, then we could check out what the liquidation, short liquidations levels are. It's not very much, not really anything building down there. It's more to the upside. And look at the price here. We've got just over 5.9 billion at 70,000, around about that 70,456. That we take that out, and then we've got more up here. Another 5 billion, another 2 billion up there. But don't forget, obviously, we've got to bear this one in mind, that people could close the shorts at any point in time. But at the moment, you can see here, the liquidations are above $70,000. Really, really large liquidations. So obviously, Bitcoin tends to follow where the liquidity is. And I've said this in other videos, and people said, no, yeah, but we're not. We're going down. We're going down. At some point, it will go up there, and it will take it out. But there's not much down here in terms of liquidity. It's all building up to the upside. So hopefully, we're going to get some good weeks ahead of us. Exciting Q4, in my opinion. This bull market is on. And I really do think, and don't forget, we get big moves to the upside. There will be big moves to the downside. And then that's when people will be calling, we're going into a bear market. Like I said, when you're comfortable taking profit, nothing if I say financial advice, take it. If you feel comfortable and this is where you feel like it should be taken, it maybe take it. I would. I am. That's my own personal opinion. And it's like I said, I don't give financial advice. I'm just here for entertainment purposes. Do your own research. That's what I say. So, like I said, I hope this has been helpful. Give us that like, give us a subscribe, follow us on X as well, at Dr. Crypto76. Your support is always much appreciated. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.